bring the sun on cloudy days, all the birds sing your praise. It's your face, your laugh, the way you hear music and the way you dance, but it's your soul that sings to me. I'm here to hold your heart, it's the sweetest gift that I will not drop, and I promise to always stay true. Yeah, I love you so. I love you so. Don't you know, don't you know, no, no, don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, no, no, that I love you so.
Welcome to Marriage IQ, the podcast helping you become an intelligent spouse.
I'm Heidi Hastings.
And I'm Scott Hastings.
We are two doctors, two researchers, two spouses, two lovers, and two incredibly different human beings coming together for one purpose: to change the stinky parts of your marriage into scintillating ones using intelligence mixed with a little fun. Hey everybody, Dr. Heidi and Dr. Scott Hastings here with another episode of Marriage IQ. We're really happy to have you here with us today. I really want to remind everybody about our great marriage date night giveaway from here at Marriage IQ.
You mean we're giving away free money so they can go on dates?
Yeah, we feel so strongly about dating as a pathway to a scintillating marriage that we're giving 5 lucky listeners a $100 gift card.
Date night on Marriage IQ.
If they want to join our giveaway,
How do they do it?
they just simply go to marriageiq.com and go to the weekly tips tab up at the top, put in their name, put in their email address, and bam, they're entered in the contest.
That's it.
But
Sounds simple.
it's not only that. They'll get a weekly email from us that just takes 1 minute to read with a tip of the week that's related to our podcast that week. And it gives an action tip that they can practice in their own marriage.
All right. So it's as simple as going to Marriage IQ and putting in their email. You're automatically enrolled in our giveaway.
Yep.
We'll pick 5 lucky couples
On
And-
Black Friday.
and tell your spouse to sign up too, so that doubles your chances.
Yeah.
Sounds great, honey. All right.
This is part 2 of a 2-part series on technology and the way that it impacts marriage. And last time we talked about a couple of terms that you may not have heard of before. If you haven't already listened to that part, you might want to go back. But we talk about technoference, which is when we are letting technology interfere with our relationship with our spouse through these little interruptions or these big interruptions constantly, and don't give enough attention to each other. We don't protect those parts of our marriage and let technology kind of sneak in all the time.
Yeah, I think we learned a lot too, just ourselves here.
About our own patterns.
And how we can tighten that up.
Yeah, we did. We also learned about a term called phubbing, Phubbing.
Phone snubbing.
Yep, where we are right there talking with our spouse, doing something together where we're supposed to be present and paying attention, and we snub our spouse by texting someone else while they're talking, while we're supposed to be listening. We are looking at something on our phone while they're talking. All of the things that send the message, you are not as important to me as whatever it is that is on my phone.
And we
is.
determined that that really hurts
Yeah.
the other spouse.
Yep.
Right.
It results in feeling unseen, depressed, lonely.
Yeah. On the flip side, we also talked about the actor-observer bias, where I think that I don't have much of a problem. It's you that has a problem with social media and with media in general. This is human nature, people. It's human nature. I don't think we're the ones with the problem, that it's our spouse. I think just about every divorce attorney in America would agree with that statement.
Right. I
that
saw
there's this bias going on that I am pure and innocent and you are evil. That's kind of like that black and white thinking too that we talked about in our in bias. Black and white.
I did actually do a little deep dive on what attorneys say about media and the impact that media and especially social media has on marriages. And they did a study among divorce attorneys, and I think it was something like 80 or 90% of them said technology weighs in somewhere in the divorce proceedings, whether it's that they've been spying on their spouse, whether it's that they've met up with an old flame.
And we're going to get into that today. Aren't we?
Yeah. So it's really can become very significantly damaging to a marriage. So I'm excited. Scott's going to kind of take the lead on this one. I'm excited to see what he found on social media and the impacts on marriage.
Do you know how hard this is, my love? Just disclosure here to everyone. I don't have any active social media accounts. I know that sounds crazy. I set them up at one point, but I have purposely blocked myself from all social media.
Why would you do that?
Just so I can't be tempted to waste time and to also be tempted to perhaps visit different things that I shouldn't. And
that makes you a real man.
Well, see, I mean, but after a while, you kind of get used to it, right? And I'm enjoying all this free time because now I can do a marriage podcast.
That's right.
Instead of
Bring
just
light into the world,
reacting to whatever somebody said, on my feed. We do have our Marriage IQ accounts, which we love and hold dearly, but I have no idea what to do with them.
My assistant and I take care of all of that. And on occasion, I show Scott what we put up.
All right. So I just thinking earlier today, what are some negative things on social media that can really play out in either personally or in a relationship? And one of them is a complaint would be, my spouse is doom scrolling on Instagram all the time and has no time for me. Or those people on YouTube, they've got it together. They're perfect and I'm not.
Yeah, the ones that have the huge, beautiful houses and show you how to decorate, or the ones who are constantly traveling. Actually, that's the reason that I quit posting almost exclusively about our travel experiences on social media.
We travel a lot, but we don't want to in your face kind of thing.
We did put stuff on there about our Africa trip because that was very unusual.
So here's another thing you might hear or think. I found my tribe on Twitter or X, whatever they call it these days. They all seem to get me and nobody else does. Everyone outside my tribe are intolerant fools and dweebs.
Have you ever been on there?
Twitter?
Yeah.
I think once.
Is that really what they say?
No. But these are things like I know
but they do find a
echo
tribe.
chambers exist everywhere,
Yep.
especially on the social media.
Yep.
Echo chambers we just surround ourselves with people who think like us, and we can't get out of that little padded cell to smell the real air. All right. So someone else might say, maybe on Reddit, about husbands complaining about their wives or wives complaining about their husbands not helping out enough at home.
Yeah, I actually did find a Reddit account that had thousands of people chiming in about their stay-home wives who complain so much that they're not helping out at home.
You can find it all, folks.
They'll all agree.
They will all agree with you.
Echo chamber.
In fact, chat will agree with you too.
Scott loves to tell chat where chat is wrong.
Well, I mean, they've trained it now to start arguing with you. So I think it makes you, maybe I found my addiction. I'm trying to teach chat about certain things that I won't talk about right now because. All right. Another one. This is a big one. I caught my spouse cheating on me with an old flame on Facebook.
That's not laughable. I'm sorry. That is really terrible. And actually, a large number of the divorce attorneys said that is a problem.
I would say divorce attorneys would agree. Yep. I'm not one, but I feel pretty safe in saying that's probably a good chunk of people.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of this reminds me of this movie from the 1980s.
That we watched.
I'm stuck in the 80s, people.
When we were in Rwanda, we watched it.
The Gods Must Be Crazy. If you've ever seen it, you will start laughing right now. If you haven't, you now have your Friday night movie choice to go look it up.
It's strange.
Gods Must Be Crazy. Basically,
tell them what it's about.
So basically, there's this tribe in Botswana in Africa. No contact with the outside world whatsoever. they live very happily in their own tribe, their own villages. Life is simple. They live off the land.
Families are strong.
Outside, yeah. Families all get along. They sing, they dance, they eat together. And one day, there's a airplane flying over. And whenever this tribe would look up at the sky, they say, oh, there's the gods up there. They're trying to send a message or they're doing something up there. And this guy piloting his airplane just carelessly opens up the window and he's finished drinking his Coca-Cola in a glass bottle, opens the window up in his airplane, throws it out, doesn't think twice about it. And it falls on the ground. This adorable little tribesman who picks it up and like never seen anything like it before. It's very new. It's very unique. It's so cool. Everyone's just like, wow, mesmerized with this Coke bottle. They started using it for all these things, used it in cooking. They used it in other things with clothing. And it was so versatile. Had so many uses. They thought, wow, the gods, they love us so much. They sent us this tool. They can do so many things. But then
didn't somebody hit somebody
people
else?
Started to get jealous. Yeah. Hell, it's my turn to use it. No, it's my turn. And so they started fighting that they'd never seen before. Squabbling in their little tribe. And eventually somebody hit another kid on the head with it, and it was bad. Then the tribal leader said, the gods must be crazy by sending us this thing. So he tried to send it back to the sky, and of course it fell to the ground and hit another kid on the head. And so he finally decided, I'm going to go to the end of the earth and drop it off the edge. And so that's the basis for this movie. But why did I spend so much time talking about an esoteric movie from the 1980s? Well, you just need to get in my head, folks. What can I say? But also, I found a really great parallel with social media. Social media really started hitting in the mid 2000s. And we were thinking, oh, God, look at this. Great. This is awesome. I can keep up with my friends, my family. I can see what everyone's doing. We can have these little communities and chats, and I don't have to travel. We can just get with each other. And it was really, really, really cool for a lot of people who wanted to connect. But just like on the movie, the gods must be crazy. Inevitably, it started causing feelings of jealousy, envy, disgust, offense, feeling inadequate.
Oh, there's so much research on that. Yep.
And feelings of contempt.
Do you want to explain what contempt is?
I think it's a mix between anger and disgust.
And you're not as good
and
as I am.
Yeah. And condescending. Yes, I'm better than you. Yes, you're right. That's correct. Feelings that perhaps we didn't have to deal with before.
Right.
Before Facebook came on the scene or Instagram or
Snapchat
whatever it is.
One of those early.
Yeah, MySpace, was early on, MySpace. Right. And so, what do we do with this, people? There's actually quite a bit of research on how using social media can affect us personally. On Tuesday, we talked about how this really affects more in the marital sphere. And this also affects the marital sphere too, but we're talking more individually, these emotions and feelings that we have that we never would have had social media not been here.
Right, because the feelings that we feel are internal. The initial impacts of some of these things, research shows, starts with us.
That's true. And it will bleed into the marriage for sure.
Yep.
So what are some of these things that happen to us in this day and age of social media? Well, one is addiction. There's a researcher, Deng and colleagues. They found that short form videos like that found on YouTube Shorts and like the Instagram or Facebook Reels are particularly addictive. And they found in this case, particularly addictive to older couples.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they did research on older couples. Well, I think just a short form, like you said last time, it's that little dopamine hit, that just a small amount, just enough to get your mind peaked, and that you just keep scrolling.
Interesting. I would see that coming from maybe newlyweds, people who are younger, because their attention span seems to be smaller. They were raised on these little 3-second sound bites.
They found this in older people too.
Wow, fascinating.
Hey, are we older?
No.
Okay. I didn't think this applied to us. We're definitely not in the older group. So the point here of this study, heavy use of these short form videos associated with negative feelings about both themselves and their perceived marital quality. Wives tended to look more specifically in a negative manner toward their husband than husbands did about their wives on this.
Just like what I said in the studies on Tuesday. Wow.
Yeah. It appears anyway. I'm not saying this is like an absolute truth, but it keeps showing up in these studies that it's affecting the wife a little bit more negatively toward their husband than the other way around.
Although I think it definitely can be the other way around.
It certainly can be, yes. But I guess just in these studies, it's population-based studies.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little bit different. So that is an interesting thought, though. Another thing besides addiction, jealousy. I wasn't jealous before. I never had problems with jealousy before. I'm just saying somebody might think that. I've never had to deal with these thoughts and feelings before, but when one spouse perceives that their spouse is talking to someone of the opposite sex in a more intimate way than they would like, they become jealous.
That brings up a good point. I was talking to a guy that had seen on his wife's social media, she'd been talking to an old boyfriend and responded to something with little heart emojis or something, and it impacted him really, really significantly. It was so hard for him, and yet they had never talked about.
So I don't think that's anything that we probably need to talk about, right? Because you don't talk to old flames on Facebook. I don't have Facebook, so we're done.
But I think it's really important if you're going to be on any kind of platform where you're interacting with other people to sit down and intentionally have that conversation about what do we think is appropriate and what do we think is not, because we may not see eye to eye on it. Just because we may come from similar families or have similar ideas about some things or belong to the same religion doesn't mean that we see things exactly the same. And so taking the intentional time to talk about that is really important.
Yeah, it sounds like a couples council coming. For other couples out there, maybe, who are talking to members of the opposite sex online.
Yeah.
So they become more jealous and increase surveillance, meaning the spouse who is suspicious begins to intentionally take note of how much time their spouse is on social media. They just become more zeroed in on what's going on here. I need to really find out. A study by Metellus and colleagues found that this in turn leads to lower relationship quality when we're surveilling our spouse all the time.
If we just are suspicious,
that trust level, we're surveilling them because there's this lack of trust, this fundamental, I want to trust you, but I'm kind of in that trust but verify phase, or not trust, but it does tend to deteriorate over time.
That makes a lot of sense.
The same author, McDaniel, again, same guy, he's in a lot of these studies here.
We got to see if he'll come on Marriage IQ.
He found that only a small percentage of couples admitted to social media infidelity behaviors. Those who did had greater ambivalence about the relationship and greater anxious attachment.
Now, that's interesting.
So
you're saying they already, I guess it comes back to the chicken or the egg, right? Did they first have ambivalence about their relationship? Did they first have anxiety about their relationship, anxious attachment, and then were more likely to participate in these activities, or the other way around?
I think it's probably both. It's a cycle. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So let's say you're already kind of anxiously attached to me.
Okay. Which some people just come by that because of the experiences they had in childhood.
In childhood, their personality types, whatever.
Yeah.
You are clingy.
Right.
I don't like the clingy feeling all the time, right?
Yeah.
And so I might push away by spending more time on social media, maybe interacting with a member of the opposite sex. You happen to get clued in on that and you become more clingy. And then I become more distant. And this is not a good cycle. It's not a good cycle to be in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not going to end well.
But I think just standing back and acknowledging this is what's happening. This is what's happening. About half of your solution is just finding out.
Recognizing. That's insight, right?
Yeah, recognizing, hey, this cycle's happening. We're going to stop.
And this is how it's impacting us.
Right.
Yeah.
So other studies on mental health. So we talked about the jealousy. We talked about addiction.
This is so huge with young people. Is the research also showing that this is a big deal with adults?
Yeah, anxiety, depression may be exacerbated by heavy social media use.
Do they define what heavy is?
Right. So I think it's going to be different for different people and different relationships, different marriages. Again, we're trying to teach here this importance of balance of what's not enough, what's too much.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a lifetime, folks, of finding that balance and, hitting up against somebody's boundaries and bumping up against them and then refining it, bumping up again.
I like that you say that because this is really a great opportunity for shared power to come up with solutions together. And you may have to keep visiting it. And it doesn't mean that the solutions that you came up with previously were wrong. It just means tweaking until you find what works.
Always tweaking. It's not that we're doing things. Well, look, we're always doing something wrong, right? Yeah. Just get over it. It's fine.
But growing
it's
together.
Learning how to refine and balance that together, that balancing act that only you and your spouse can determine in equal and productive, intentional, and insightful ways.
And I think reminding each other when we slide back into old patterns.
Yeah. So where does all this lead us? What are we to do? Just like those people, the tribe in Africa, the Coke bottle.
Yeah.
Well, a spoiler alert, he finds the end of the earth. I don't think it's the end of the earth because we know the earth's round, but he found what looked to him like the end of the earth, and he threw off the Coke bottle and he walked back to his village, probably months.
Oh, really? He went that far.
Well, you walked the whole way. Probably months. Well, at least a few weeks. So, I mean, what are we to do with this? We can't stop it. Are we doomed to a life of hardship, trials, and misunderstanding when it comes to social media? No, we don't think so here at Marriage IQ. Some of the good things about specifically social media, it can help us feel confident in our relationship.
Okay.
Feel more romantic in our relationship when we make the bold public step of telling everyone, declaring to everyone that we are together.
So like when I post a lot of pictures of both of us, or maybe I have seen some couples that just have one shared social media account that they use together.
Yeah,
that any photos we have show that we're doing things together. I like that.
So Oros and colleagues found in their study that those who declared their relationship status on Facebook did enjoy enhanced romantic feelings, but they also had increased feelings of jealousy.
Wait, how did that work? That doesn't make sense.
Well, when you declare your status, that means you are an item. Right. You are solely together. You are.
Is this like people
exclusive.
Just dating, or is this married couples?
Well, it didn't delineate that, but you are exclusive. And so that means if your significant other is found to be interacting with someone of the opposite sex, now that you're a couple and everyone knows it, now bumps up that jealousy factor
for some of those couples. Huh? Okay, I guess I can see that.
So some other positive things, going back to the 2000s when we thought this is the greatest thing, it does enhance the connectedness to our family.
Yeah,
we have extended family. I have family in Arizona.
Yeah.
You have family all over
the world. Yeah.
It is a way to connect. Although, again, I don't. I do go visit twice a year to my family.
Use texting a lot more. But my cousins and second cousins, I do interact with a little bit more on social media.
So other studies show that by just being intentional with each other, sitting down with each other, making a plan regarding these ground rules of how much time we spend on media together and separately.
Not only time, but what we're
actually looking at.
Yeah. Okay.
It can help couples increase communication, connection. Social media, it is a very, very sharp two-edged sword. And as I said, for me, it's very simple. I've blocked myself on that. I do get emails and texts, but that's about it.
And you are on some blogs where people post a lot. That's also a form of social media.
Yes, that is true. Yep, you're right.
You have
the climate change blogs. Oh, you love that, don't you? You love it when I do that.
Not when I'm there.
She hates it when
technoference. That is very
just so
much
you know, she did not like that.
No, because he doesn't see me and I feel alone and I feel depressed. No, I don't feel really depressed, but it's a balance of being like, you know what? You can do this thing that you enjoy.
Because I do enjoy it.
But
what can I say?
It's irritating when you do it when I'm there.
Yeah.
When we're doing something together.
I can totally respect that. So, okay. What can you do this week personally? Next time you find yourself scrolling, just stop for a moment. Hey, what am I doing? Just say, what am I doing? I am scrolling right now on Instagram. Okay. Then ask yourself, what reasons am I doing this for?
Bored, stressed, traumatized.
Yeah.
Angry.
Or I just want to de-stress. Ask yourself, is this healthy? Do I feel that this is a healthy experience emotionally, psychologically?
With algorithms, that brings up a good point. What if we train our algorithms to only show positive things? In that case, would social media be more uplifting and less likely to have those bad negative consequences that you were talking
possibly.
about?
I'm probably not the person to ask on
Maybe
that.
that's why people watch videos of little kittens and puppies and stuff as they are wanting
Yes,
to.
there are some very, very rich little kitten owners out there on YouTube. So also ask yourself, am I connecting with my spouse?
Right. Even if you're watching little kitten videos, if it's keeping you from spending time with your spouse, if it's getting in the way.
There can be
Not a good
healthy
idea.
levels of all of this, healthy levels. And I can't tell you, Heidi can't tell you what the unhealthy level is. You can enlist help from your spouse or from friends, what, if any, unhealthy use you've had. You can also look at your phone. There's these apps that track how much time you're looking. Just take a look and see, hey, does this seem excessive?
One of our friends, I noticed when he was with us, he put a timer on his social media accounts so he can only spend 10 minutes a day or whatever. That's a good way if you're having a hard time regulating.
Yeah.
To just have that tool. Helps us.
So what can you do with your spouse this week? Sit down with each other. The couples council that we've talked about many times on this program is very, very vital to a scintillating marriage, a scintillating life. They are actually so good.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with a time when, hey, there's no phone zone here. Okay. What's okay with us? What's not? And what's okay with others as far as interactions and what's not? That's okay if you talk to this girl from your high school, but I don't think it's okay to talk to your old girlfriend from your high school. Maybe something like that.
If I'm talking to an old friend that is a guy from high school, then I typically will mention it to Scott. You don't have to do that, but that's a decision that we made as a boundary of protection for our marriage.
Yeah. Well, actually, just thinking about it, I actually don't mind if you talk to your old boyfriend from high school.
I've never talked to him.
Oh, well, you can do it because I'll be sitting there going, I'm the one that got her.
I've got 2 from high school and I've never talked to either of them since high school. So,
well, if you did, it wouldn't bother me. I have you. I know I do. So that feels really good to me.
We both feel like we got a good deal. We're happy.
All right, folks, let's bring this back to how this relates to identity, intentionality, insight, intimacy, our 4 blazing shiny cornerstones of a scintillating marriage. Identity, who am I and how do I want to present myself to my spouse and the world when it comes to this?
I like that.
Intentionality requires you to sit with yourself, sit with your spouse, decide together what you want to do. Insight. I need to ask myself frequently, is this benefiting me and my marriage, what I'm doing here? And intimacy, finding ways to use social media together to grow, connect socially with friends. It can be a positive experience. Just be intentional about it. And I think that about wraps it up here for social media.
Yeah, it's been great. Thank you for all that research.
Yeah. If you
read
have
and studied and put together.
Any questions, concerns, complaints, reach out to us at hello@marriageiq.com. We'll be sure to answer you. We'd love to have your feedback. We'd also love for you to share this with your friends, family. We want to really be able to grow our community, and we would just love all of you. We love you so much. We look forward to seeing you back next week on another exciting episode of Marriage IQ.